Alright, hi everybody. So this is the music I'm listening to right now. Bam. Okay, so basically what I want to do today is I mostly got what I wanted to get working in terms of points. So you have a bunch of points, right? You got 0, 1, 2, 3, right? And currently the program just connects them in that order. And if it has 4 total points, it makes a Bézier curve like that. What I want to do is I want to transition that so we actually make a Bézier curve like this, based on these control points. And then ideally we can stitch several of those together, and let's make kind of a face. It's kind of funny. Stitch several of those together, and then we've got our card suits. So we're gonna do that. Let's see, find my desktop. Okay, so run the code, make sure nothing broke while I wasn't looking. Great. So as you can see, they're connected by points, and I can make more points. Oh. The one thing that doesn't currently work is I want to be able to drag the points around after I've made them, but I also want it to not drag points around sort of immediately after you make them. And so, gosh, okay, new point is false. And so, okay, so this logic is a little bit, this logic is complicated enough that it might be worth investing in making a finite state machine, but for right now, let's just draw the logic out here. So you start with like click to add point. Okay, that's okay. Let's see. Click. Big point. And then I need to, and then after you've made the point, you wait, make point. Wait. Okay, even drawing it out this way. So if I make a point right here, and I want to drag it around, I should be able to do that. Okay, wait. I wrote all this code, now I don't understand it fully. Okay, let's go line by line. I don't have a debugger set up right now, so we're just gonna have to read the code. Okay, so max sequence get mass. Okay, so this is the loop. So all of this stuff should already be last valid point. Okay, and we're also assuming that the valid points are contiguous. So if 3 is valid, then everything before it is valid. Okay, so if I'm colliding with, right, so if I'm colliding with, oh, okay, I see. Okay, so what happens is once I make a point, I can't select other points. So okay. So here's the issue. If I'm not colliding with a point, wait, new point. Okay, so if I have clicked and it's a new mouse press, so because I don't want I want it to be so you click and then you have possession of the thing, you can move it around, you have to hold the click button, so that matters. Okay, we add a new point. Or, okay, so if I click and I'm not colliding with a point, then new point was true, but I'm never resetting new point. So here's, okay, so how do I phrase this? So I want it to stop being a new point as soon as I am not colliding with that point. Hi, Bedside. Okay, so I think what we do is we just, at the top here, okay, so where do we set is colliding with point? Okay, so right under here, I guess. Oh, hi, both of you. Good good afternoon. Okay, so what I think I need to do here is just reset if is colliding with point and new, oh, that needs to be lowercase, and new point. Okay, so if I'm not colliding with a new point and new point is true, all we have to do is say new point. Okay, great. So now if I run the program, I can make new points. Okay, so that works. Okay, so if I'm not colliding with a point... Okay, wait, actually, if I am colliding with a point... What happens if I say if I am colliding with a point? Okay, so I don't want it to immediately take control. I think... Wait, do I? No, because I think you already want... Okay, so that's not quite what I want. The behavior I want is once you place a point, your cursor doesn't control it. So okay, where am I doing the selected point? Okay, so I reset the selected point if mouse button down. Okay, if I right click, or let's just say or new point. What happens if I do that, and then we can just get rid of this for now. Okay, that's got that right behavior right. So if new point is true, then okay, but I need new point to be turned false. So if what I call it is colliding with point. Okay, so if new point in... So if I've just made a new point and I am not... So if I'm just making a new point, right? Got my new point, and I'm colliding with that point, then I want selection to not happen. Otherwise, so if I'm not colliding with a new point, then I want okay, can I click and drag? Oop. So that's a new bug. Yeah. Okay. So if I'm press Annie's new mouse broke out. Okay, I see. So if I hold the mouse for multiple. Okay, so right. So if I click here, then I can take control of this point, right? And get rid of it. Take control of this point, get rid of it. Take control of this point, get rid of it. Where was the what was happening last time? I didn't change anything. So I'm making all these points, right? Now I can click this one to take control of it. Okay, so it appears to be basically working the way I want it to. So now I just need to let's just say points of 3 equals okay, there we go. Go, and then if I want to draw a Bézier curve, let's go to the cheat sheet. What do you guys? By the way, I had pizza for breakfast today. What do you guys think about pizza for breakfast? Good idea? Bad idea? Let's see. No, I want cheat sheet. Bézier. Just plain Bézier cubic. There we go. Vector 2. Oh, okay. So this seems pretty straightforward. Point count. Let's just. Okay, so that's actually how I have already structured my data. I didn't even. Okay, so. Let's just, here, in the while loop, update. It doesn't matter, you can eat roast or breakfast. What's roast? Food is good all, yeah, so you're not like a breakfast purist? Yeah, I mean, for me, like, I'm 26, so my metabolism has definitely started to go down, and I haven't adjusted my lifestyle enough to compensate, so I'm putting on the pounds a little bit. Realistically, I just need to go to the gym more, which is a thing I enjoy doing, but it's sort of like, how do I say this? Oh, okay, let's just, get rid of that for the moment. It's sort of like I don't necessarily have the momentum. Oh my god. Sorry, OBS is being silly. I don't necessarily have the momentum to go there often, even if I'd like to. I should probably just like choose a day or whatever. Okay, so what the hell is it doing? Okay, so draws playing Bézier cubic, const vector 2 points. Okay, so let's just wait. Okay, so that should actually be one of the last things we do. Now let's just put it right. That's the It's yet boy. I assume you mean ya boy. Let's just do that right here. Hey, what's up, James? So what's something are you up to today? So we're just gonna say points. Last one, float thick. Let's just make it like 20. They're thick, and color red. Let's see if that works. Oh, I see. All right, because okay, let's make that 500, 250. And we got a Bézier curve. Okay, I'm starting to realize that it's annoying to have to right-click every time. So we're gonna have to how do I do that? Okay, so if I'm not colliding with a new point, so if I am colliding with a new point, else was it what I call it is point selected? Is colliding with point. Oh, okay. Select point. Right. Selected point. One. Okay, great. So now, if I'm colliding with a point, oh heck. If is colliding with point and selected point greater than 0. Point equals minus 1. Okay, how does that work? Okay, so I've got a point. Now I click again. Not quite the behavior I want. So where am I selected point? Okay, so where's selected point? Okay. Well, hi everybody. Gosh, this is I'm just trying to figure out like a bunch of little workflow things on this program, and so I don't know how to make this like super entertaining. I don't know. Here, I don't know. Help me choose the colors here. I think these colors are kind of ugly. So, like, what should I make these colors? I think the with the red and the green is. I think I want to make it like maybe more like my blackboard that I use here. I don't know. I guess I need to change the color based on what the suit is anyway. So, okay. so what does it do with this? Okay, so I've got my point moving around, but clicking doesn't deselect it. So if mouse button down and this new mouse press, okay. If I'm not colliding with the point, then Okay, so if the mouse button is down or it's a new point, then set point equals -1. If mouse button down, okay, let's just do if is mouse button down and is new mouse press and is colliding with point. Selected point equals -1. Okay, great. So does that... If mouse button... Okay. Okay, I see. Okay. Right. If mouse button down and climb the point, and selected point +0 +1 not equal to 0. Oh no, I can't pick things up anymore. So if the mouse button is down and it's a new mouse press, that just means I clicked and I'm not just like holding the mouse. And I'm colliding with a point. And select point is not... I can't pick it up, okay. Okay, now I can pick points up, right? So that works. Okay, I might have to deal with the right click thing just being a little annoying. Okay, so now actually I can make like Bézier shapes, so that's cool. I have no way to save them though. Oh, and also I have no way to delete points. Okay, so how do I... Okay, so debug info. Yeah, I should do more debugging. Okay, and also like now. Okay, so it's only sometimes, but when I click, okay, so when I click and hold, I'm adding points. So something's wrong. Oh gosh, my logic is getting annoying enough that I really think I want to start looking at a finite state machine, which does require rewriting basically all of my code. But if I just make a struct that's just a bunch of... So basically what I do is I make a struct that's just all possible states, and then I update the states somehow. Oh gosh, okay, yeah, so yeah, because the logic for drawing is pretty tightly coupled to the logic for updating. Yeah, how would I debug this? I don't know how. Like, I've just kind of been doing it observationally. I think what I want to do right now is just figure out what works, what doesn't, and then like go from there. So here's what's working. So actually drawing the Bézier curve, that's working. And then like the sort of the workflow flow is like sort of working. I like that it's fast and responsive, so let's just call that performance. What's not working? Okay, so file IO, I just don't have that. Yeah, how do I print the, like, because like it would be I think I just have to loop through my points up to last valid point, and then, oh yeah, last valid point. Like, that's actually working really well. Leading points, right, so I don't have that. Okay, so let's figure out what do I want my finite state machine to do. So we've got the idle state, right? And then if I click, let's see, left click. I need to make this more space efficient. Actually, I just need to make layer, document, resize canvas. Let's just make that same, like, just make it square. And then we just need to take this, make like a tool. There we go. And then make a new layer. Okay, so finite state machine. So we've got the idle state, and then if I click, then I want, okay, so if I'm on the point, and if I didn't just make it I guess I'm like controlling point. Okay, so if I'm not on a point, okay, so yeah, let's see, make a point, make a point, is that everything I need to do? So if I'm idle, on point, yeah, so it looks like I just have idle. I just made a point and I'm... Okay, so left click, right? And then I don't think I actually need a state for delete. Is just on point plus R click. But I don't need a state for that because that happens instantly. So I need a struct with 3 things in it. I think I'm just gonna take all of this, make a new. One of these days I'm gonna have to learn how to do version control, but that day is not today. New. Okay. Come on. Control C. Control V, great. File, save as FSM, points, great. Oh, sorry, .txt, rename, done. C, great. Okay, so how do I remember structs being pretty simple, but I don't remember exactly how it works. C struct. Great. Okay, so okay, inside the main feed. Inside main, great. So struct current state. And then we're just gonna make some, gonna bool it up here. Bool idle equals true. Bool just made point equals false. Bool point equals true or equals false. And then I need to just and then do I need some sort of helper function? Okay, so struct current state, so is colliding with point if point was false. Okay, so if I'm idle, okay, so where did I break? Okay, so it does need to, okay, so this is going to be outside of main then. Does that crash? It does. Oh, did I not import bool? What? Expected attribute before equals stricken. Why is this not working? Oh, okay, right. Because they need to, because I can't just like initialize it. Okay, great. So I just need to say, here are the members of the struct. Great, and then I need to initialize struct my struct. Okay, so it's a struct current state. Okay, and this dot, yeah, right. I feel like I almost want not an actual like a bit field maybe. Let's just okay, because what happens here is if I don't want two of these to ever be true at the same time. Okay, let's just look up finite state machine in C. Okay, right. Table-driven approach. Okay, so enums, structs. Nested switch. Okay. So yeah, it looks like finite state machines are actually like annoying. But I'm also losing track of how, like, what everything is doing with my current implementation. Oh gosh. Is there a way to make my logic more solid? Okay. I also have no way to reorder points. So I don't need this. State. And then do I just... I think I want some sort of function that moves, like, just like sort of sets the state. If I make it sort of true with a special case, then I can do a true or false. Because like idle is just, it's not doing anything. So if I just check, it's either just made a point or it's controlling a point. And then I don't need the whole like finite state logic, I can just... Like how do I clean this mess up? I need to clean this mess up, but I don't know what the best way to do it is. Okay, so I don't need this at all. Okay, so just make sure I didn't break anything. Okay, great. Yep, great. I can... He's colliding point. child point. Wait, that's okay, so that doesn't actually matter. Actually, I can just get rid of that declaration because Alright, I'm just gonna have that immediately, right? Okay, so I don't need this. Select point equals. Oh, okay. So I can just get rid of that. There we go. Great. So that still compiles and runs and does everything I want it to. Okay, so I want to replace this colliding with point with actually I can get rid of this and just put that up here. And is new mouse press and to point. Okay, so selected point selected point plus 1. That would be 0. Plus 1. So we'll be ready to false if. Okay, so let's just see. Okay, and I broke something, great. Where does this while end? Okay, and does that? Okay, great. So that works. Okay, great. So actually, that cleaned up my logic considerably. I can sort of understand what's going on now. I don't need a finite state machine, so let's just rename this. Wait, what am I even doing? Just take this, put it back in the original. Okay, great. So now. Okay, so I have no. Okay, so I can't save and I can't delete points. So those are two more features I absolutely need for this to do anything. So I need to turn. Okay, actually, before I do that. Let's just comment a little bit so I know what everything is. And honestly, some of these should probably be functions. Wait, do I actually? I think I don't. Do I want the line? Okay, let's just let's see how that feels if I don't have the line. No, that's worse. Okay. Okay, great. So. Make that line like 3 though, and then make the width on my Bézier like. Okay, that's much more readable. Oh, I also can't, like, finish shapes. I still do want that, like, mouse. If I click the mouse and I'm... Okay, so... There's... Okay, let's just take this back out. Select a point equals -1. Oh, I broke something. Okay. What? Okay, there we go. 165. Okay. Let's see, so... Wait, no, that's not what I want. I want, okay, just need another curly right here. And that should work. Oh, no, that doesn't work, okay. Okay, so if not selected point +1, so if it's... Okay, so if it's not 0, then... Okay, so if there is a valid selected point... So this doesn't... Okay, so... Wait, why did... You know what, okay, I need to do the embarrassing thing and just minus Control-Z a bunch of times. Okay, so now, if I run this code, I can pick up points and it works. Okay, so if I... So if... Okay, so if I'm clicking again... Okay, so... Select point... So if I left click the mouse, and I already have a point, wait, why does moving this down? Okay, so let's just... If not selected point +1. Can I pick points up? No, I can't. Okay. Why does checking all 3 at once work, but checking 2 of them and the one after it? Is it... Huh. This is kind of fun to play with, though, so that's... Wait, why can I only pick it up sometimes? Huh. Okay, so selected point, if it's -1, then... If it's -1, then you add 1... Oh, sorry, if it's -1 plus 1 equals 0, otherwise it's true. So, if the mouse button is down and there's a new mouse press and we have a selected... Wait. If we don't have a selected point. Right? Because... So we write it as false if no point, right? Okay, great. So if there's no selected point... Oh my god. I wish I had a debugger. I think between streams I need to... Between streams I definitely need to set this up in Visual Studio or something so I can actually use a debugger. Okay, so... Okay, can I just... Boop. Will that work? Okay, so that does work. Great. Right, so if not this, right, and then selected. Okay, so what does that do? So I can make points, great. I can't pick them up though, okay. So if select, okay, so... Okay, so if there... Okay, so if there is a point... Okay, so if there's a new mouse press, and there is a point that I'm selected, then we make a new point. Okay, so now I think I need to put another if in here. So if there is a valid point, right? So if the selection isn't 0, then we do all this stuff. We set the mouse press to false. We got a point. Okay, so if there's a selected point and okay, I think I'm just gonna deal with the right click thing for now. We'll come back to that. Now I need to do file IO and the ability to delete a point. Okay, so Okay. If is mouse button down. Okay, so if I'm right clicking, mouse. Oh wait, I need to figure out what point I'm colliding with, right? Because right now I've just got am I colliding with a point? Okay, so I need to actually record what I'm colliding with. It's colliding with point, and what? It's just like what would I name this? Just like the point I'm colliding with? Let's just say point in collision. Int point in collision. -1. Okay, so now we just say point in collision equals oh, and we need a temporary temp temp array. For I equals 0, I less than or equal to point in collision I plus temp array of I equals points of I. And then we delete and then for I equals last valid point minus point in wait, no, I was so I equals point in collision. Point in collision. I less than or equal to last valid point. I plus plus. Okay, so we go up to the point we're colliding with, and we just copy everything before that into the temporary, and then okay, so that's until it's equal to the point we're colliding with, and then oh wait, no, less than point in collision. Okay, so this can't be equal. It's just has to be less than point in collision. So we hit until we go into a less than the point in collision. We just copy all that into the temporary, and then anything okay, so and then we just say if point in collision greater than or less than last valid point. And I know I could use a ternary operator here, but I don't want to. And then we need to put parentheses here. So, and then we can just take this for loop, put that in here. Right, because if the last valid point is the point we're deleting, then we can just delete it, right? So basically, we just put so we just take everything up to the last valid point, put it in the temp array, and then at the end of this, we need to say points equals temp array. And I'm sure I'm gonna have lots of bugs here, but let's just think this through first. Okay, so I is less than or equal to last valid point. Equals point in collision plus 1. So wait, is this how this all works? Oh gosh. Okay. So I'm taking it from 1 to the thing, from 0 to 1 less than the thing I just hit, and I'm copying all of that, and then starting with the one more than that, I'm copying all of that, right? And since I'm adding 1, oh gosh, yeah, let's go to my whiteboard. Okay, so. So we have, let's say we have 6 points, right? So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And I'm hitting 3. So point in collision is 3, so I go 0, 1, 2, copy those. And I also want to copy 4, 5. So if I go from 0 to point in collision minus 1, and then point in collision plus 1 to the end of the array. Yeah, that does seem like it would work. Temp array. Okay, so but I do need to correct for collision minus 1. Okay, so temporary point. Wait, no, if I... So I is point in collision plus 1. Okay, so temporary of I minus 1 equals points of I. And we're going to need a semicolon here as well. And then we're also going to say last valid point minus equals 1, and let's see if that breaks. It breaks. Okay, great. Points equals... int. Okay, so this, so it can't. Okay, so I can't just like. I feel like I just want to put the. I think I should just like loop through it again. For int I equals 0, I less than last valid point, I plus plus, points of equals temp. Okay, so points of last valid point equals okay, let's see if that runs. It does not. Okay, let's just needs a semicolon here. Nope. Okay, I need a semicolon there. Okay. So 0.0, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, so if I click there. Wait. And then it crashes, I guess. Okay, so it sort of works. Let's add a bunch more points. Okay, so if I... Why does it... Okay, so got 2 points, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Gets rid of 4 of them? Oh, I see. Okay, if the mouse button down is... Okay, so if the mouse button is down and... Okay, so and is colliding. With... Let's see. So if I right-click, nothing happens. If I right-click here, then that's deleted, that's deleted. I can add more. I can delete in the middle. Wait. So if I delete this one... Oh, okay, so that's a problem. So there's an error related to deleting the first point. Or, wait. I can delete from the back, I can delete from the middle. Wait, there we go. If I delete here... Okay, so it doesn't crash when I have an empty array. So if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I delete this one... Wait. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 points, and deleting the first point, and the last point also disappears. Okay, so... Okay, less than or equal to, there we go. So, first point, everything else stays. If I delete this one, delete that one, there we go. Delete, delete. 1, 2, 3, 4, I can delete the first one, second one, third one, fourth one. Okay, so the core functionality of making a Bézier curve work. So let's just make a quick heart, I guess. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so annoyingly, I don't have a good way to... I don't have a good way to start it from the beginning, so we're just gonna have to plan it out a little bit. So... Wait, how many... So I need 12 points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Oop. Oh, and there's no Control Z, so everything is permanent. Okay. Oh shit, okay. Now I really need the, like, right-click, it only deletes, it doesn't do anything else, so... Okay, so if is mouse button down, left button... mouse... left button... or new point. Okay, so let's just... Oh. That... If that is true, and if the mouse button... and... Okay, so if that's true and that's true, and I've got the not... Where's that's the whole not selected point thing? Okay, if my left button is down and this... Okay, so I've got my point, here we go, and if I click, nothing happens. If I delete... Oh, wait. Okay, that's bad. Okay, so if I've got my... Okay, let's just get rid of this for now. Right, so I can make up a new point, and I've got that selected, and I can't... Okay, so deleting isn't doing anything. Okay. Okay, where am I setting new point? Oh, okay, so new point... Okay, so if new point is always true, what happens? Okay, so I can't make any more points, got it. Right, so... Okay, so now I can't... Ugh. Okay, so we just got Control Z a bunch. Okay, so... Okay, But if I've got this point selected, that's just not what I want to happen. Okay, so I do need to. Okay, so if I'm a selected point not okay, so if I do have a selected point, I can just say if wait, I can just say if selected point? No, because that doesn't work because I'm initializing selected point to -1 and -1 is true. Okay, so I do have to do this weird. Okay. Alright, go ahead and grab this. Okay, so this. Okay, so this code doesn't do anything because it's being basically overwritten by the delete function. Wait. Okay, but that's... Wait, why is that protecting everything else from getting slurped up? What does that have to do with anything? Right, so usually if I do the first one 0, then this becomes 0, this becomes 0, this becomes 0, right? But then if I get rid of this, then okay, wait. I have no way to so I have no way to deselect the point. If Raylib middle. Okay, great. So mouse button middle. Okay, great. So it is just mouse button middle. Great. So oh, I see. Okay, so if I delete... Wait.
That was good.
If I delete while I've selected a point, then... Oh, okay, so if I just don't... And it's calling the point, and not, okay, so selected point plus 1 is 0, so if I have a point, which means it's selected point, so the so if I do and select point, so selected point is -1 if there's no point. So if it's 0, then it's false. So I do want so wait, no, maybe I do want it the other way. So I've got my point selected. Oh, okay, so that works, that works. And then if we just delete this... Okay, wait, no. I can't delete it anymore, okay. Selected point plus 1 equals 0. What? Okay. Wait, do I just put this under this and then it works? No. Okay, so okay, selected point. So if there is a selected point, so no, because so if a selected point is, so if there's no selected point, then that returns true. So okay, so this requires a selected point. So I want the opposite, right? So now if I select a point, okay, right now if I so what the hell is going on here? Okay, so so right now I've got 4 points. I can walk up, I can click on one, and it just goes away. I can also select points. But if I make a new point, if I... Okay, so I want to... Okay, so wait, I have a thing that keeps track of my point in collision. Okay, so if... Okay, so let's just add one more variable. Int last frame point in collision. Last frame. Okay, great. So now, if we just take the... Okay. So where's the thing I want? Okay, so if I want right. Okay, so right mouse. So right now, mouse button deletes, and okay, so if I'm pressing right mouse button, or it's a new point, then selected point. Okay, so if I'm pressing the right mouse button. Okay, so So if I'm pressing right mouse button and the last frame point in collision equals point in wait, less? Okay, so... Okay, so I can select a point, I can... Okay, so the only way to deselect a point I've selected is to delete it, which sucks. Alright, okay, so... Okay, so if I have a point selected, and I click... Okay, so if there's mouse button down... If I have... Okay, and then... So the selected point plus 1, if selected point is exactly -1, then that evaluates to 0, which is false, and not if that is true. So if there is a selected point... Okay, so if I have a selected point... Wait. If mouse button... Okay. Okay, so if there is... Wait. Point... Okay, so if there is... Wait, so... Selected point plus 1. Selected point plus 1. So if there is no point... I wish I did a bugger. Okay. So... If I've clicked the mouse button and is a new mouse press, then okay, so wait, if I take away this this not, then I shouldn't be able to. I can't create a point unless I'm touching another point. Great. Wait, what? Okay, I can't create a point, but if I'm touching another point, then I can create another point, which. If selected point plus 1, okay. Okay, let's... Okay, so let's get rid of that. So now I can only create a point if I'm touching another point. Wait, and that behavior doesn't do anything. Points of last valid point plus 1. That's deleting codes. That's only gonna happen. Alright, I wanted to initialize this as nothing because it'll get set immediately as soon as the loop starts. Okay, so I can create points if and only if I'm touching another point. So so let's just try is colliding with point is okay. So if the new point, okay, so that's the delete function. So wait, why can I make new points if and only if I'm selecting so selected point. So I can wait. So I can't select a point right now, right? Oh, and also because of how I can't create new points. Okay, so my whole code's broken. Great. Okay, so I can't create new points, but I can destroy points, and if I destroy this point... Oh, wait, no. I can create points if I'm touching another point. So if I touch this... Wait. Oh, and it destroys all of the points that I'm touching. I see, okay. Okay, I don't know how to fix that. Why is this so hard? Okay, so do I have... Okay, so if... Okay, so if I uncomment this... So... Okay, great. So I can make 4 points, I can delete points, I can drag points, great. But if I can't... Start back where we started, right? Wait, can I just say if the... Okay, so let's just say if selected point is equal to wait, so if selected point else selected point. Okay, I broke something. Land 150. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I can pick up a point and I can... Nope, that doesn't work. Wait, why does this not work? So, if selected point... If the selected point... Okay, so point in collision is... Okay, I feel like this should work. Okay, so selected point. Let's see what's point in collision. Okay. I have to do like Idoa. let's just do that. And then char buffer. Okay, so char buffer 20, great. So let's just call that message. Okay, let's make it 40 instead, I guess, because I'm gonna put 2 in there. Wait, does that overwrite? Into string. I have to do some memcopy stuff. Okay. Why is... I wish I could just like say print 7 and it would just work. Well, no, because I can draw text EX and then because they're both ints, so we can just let's see. I don't know what code point means. Okay, so that's what, so the, okay, so I don't need this stuff, so context. God. Okay. Actually, I think I have earlier projects I can just copy paste from. Index, okay, so I don't know what Vimstead does anymore. Okay. Gosh, I need a break. I'm gonna end stream here despite I might honestly take this series off stream and just do it on my own time, because the number of annoying little problems I'm running into that are just like not entertaining to watch is getting silly. I think I'm going to I think I'm just gonna stop streaming this series and just do it on my own time, and then we'll go back to Godot, where it's actually more interesting to watch, because I'm not dealing with all of this like C nonsense. Alright, well, thanks everyone for coming, if you guys are still here, and I will see you next time, but next time I stream a video game, I'm gonna be making it in Godot. Raylib, good learning tool, very annoying to stream with, because everything is just like I have to deal with all of this C nonsense to get basic stuff done. Alright, well, thanks everyone for coming, and I'll see you later.